Whispers float in empty halls. Footsteps echo down the walls. Shadows break where secrets lie. Every echo holds a hidden sign. Blow the trace along the crime, a hush that haunts the night, a fear that lives in light. Unravel lines of twisted lies. In the dark, the story waits unseen.
And here we go.
Hi, I'm Rochelle, the Psychic Sleuth. Spirit shows me patterns across past, present, and future. What comes through can be symbolic, metaphoric, or not always literal, though sometimes it is. Messages often carry multiple meanings that weave together through energetic tracking, prophetic sequencing, and blueprint mapping. I know I talk fast sometimes, it's just how spirit flows through me. You can always replay or slow down if you need to. I triple check what I receive with astrology and cards, but this isn't about being 100% right. It's about truth, responsibility, and integrity. I'm the one sitting with spirit on these cases, so this is a space for truth seeking, not debate. Please respect the work. If you can't honor spirit, this may not be the place for you. If my work resonates, the best way to help is through community support for Justice's Cadaver Dog Training Fund. It doesn't take huge donations. Even the cost of a coffee adds up when many give. Shop new merch and help Justice on his mission. Links to my shop and donation page are pinned below. Every purchase helps fund the work. Thank you for being here. Now let's get on to today's case. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be giving you information on Melodee Buzzard. Case has been kind of hitting at me, and I kind of know why now. I actually got information on a long time ago, but I'm going to go ahead and start and explain everything. So this case actually, or Sam Sayer's case, included this case echo. So a case echo is when information from one missing person's case overlaps into another because the two situations share similar energetic patterns. Psychics don't receive information in straight lines. Sometimes we receive symbolic pieces that belong to a different case happening later, especially when the victims are similar ages, the geography is similar, the emotional energy is similar, the circumstances mirror each other, the timing windows match, or the same type of offender or dynamic is present. When two cases carry nearly identical energetic signatures, details can bleed over. It's not wrong information, it just belongs to a different case. So stuff from Sam Sayers does fit here, and probably other ones. Just like deja vu, an echo appears before the mind knows which case it belongs to. Later, when a new case emerges with the same pattern, those earlier details can finally click. Case echoes are rare, but they happen when the universe is preparing me for a specific case. Spirit pushes information ahead of time. Two cases mirror each other strongly, and my case field picks up patterns instead of separate events. This happened in another case, and I will put a video out about that because I like to teach. But it's basically energetic foreshadowing. And once the matching case appears, everything lines up. This is why sometimes you'll hear psychics say, I got the symbol months or years before it made sense. That's a case echo. Now, Spirit did tell me to go back into Sam's case today when I was getting information on Melodee Buzzard when I was actually working on the case. So they are the ones that reminded me that I got this, and I had totally forgot. So this did happen a lot in Sam Sayer, and it happens in auto writes. The reason why I'm mentioning this now is because I think that information from Sam Sayer's case that I got years ago is now matching in Melodee Buzzard, and the reason why I think that is because Spirit took me to it, and it makes sense. And then I'll go into explain after that, after I explain what I've gotten newly. And so all of this is going to be backed by astrology. So I feel that Melodee's mom was a little paranoid, and that she was actually in her mind trying to protect Melodee from somebody or something, whether she thought somebody was going to take her away or she was having a little bit of a paranoid episode. I do feel that Melodee is alive and basically safe. She seems to be hidden in a possible cabin, possibly in the national forest, where there could be a male with her or somebody that's taking care of her. The male feels harmless. He feels older, and specifically, this feels like she's trying to hide her away, whether it's for a real reason or in her mind. She's also made the man feel like they shouldn't be afraid. They should be afraid of the police, or the man already has this feeling, or the government in general, and the man or person already is taking care of her actually feels that as well. So there's a second person involved. There could be more. It's hard to tell because it feels like there's kind of a group dynamic around it, or a belief system. I'll get into that in a minute. But they are helping her in some way, shape, or form, and that comes in the energy and also the astrology. I also feel like the most likely place, according to my visions and according to the astrology, would be the Zion area. I'll go into explain a little bit there. Could also be a campground not far, or a campground related to this. I also received an impression that it's possibly, again, that this man may take her into a police station if the heat gets too much, or if he realizes that there's no reason to really hide. So that is a possibility. There's always free will involved, but I kind of get that possibility. So Melodee is still alive as of this reading, and her mom and her own mind thought that she was doing the right thing, and eventually she was planning to go back, either to be with her or get her. The energy feels like she is being pulled into a belief system bubble, the kind of thing where a person follows online groups, forums, or communities that reinforce fear, mistrust, and very specific ideas. It's not a physical group around her, but a shared ideology or mindset that shapes how she thinks and acts. The vibe is precisely the kind of mindset that people slide into when they've been exposed to survivalist off-grid communities, anti-government or don't trust the system circles, new age conspiracy blends, sovereign citizens influence, communities that reinterpret spiritual teachings into fear, online echo chambers that validate paranoia. So it feels like a group, but it's really a network of ideas coming from multiple sources: content, videos, people she's talked to, friends of friends, or online spaces. I might follow up with the cards for validation, but I'm too tired to do it tonight. So what's important is getting this information out, the location data, and now I'm going to explain what I got in Sam Sayers that matches. And I also did post a new video for Sam today. So the astrology actually does match the group collective delusion energy. The crime chart has Neptune prominence, delusion, groups, spiritual paranoia, the moon, Neptune distortions, identity, confusion, coercion, 11th house echoes, networks, groups, and collectives, and Sagittarius, Pisces pool, cult, belief systems, spiritual ideology. This produces exactly the sensation that I'm trying to describe. There's a group, there's a collective belief, and there's a doctrine or shared thinking. Now, the following info came 3 years ago under Sam's case, but it was a future case preparing to open. Now that Sam's info is clarified, Spirit is redirecting the Cabin Mountain imagery to Melodee. Here is the info that I found in her auto writes that match. The date, October 10th. Melodee's last verified sighting was October 9th, and the mother got back to California on October 10th. My old auto-write literally says, I don't know if that's for October for the 10th, also the number 15th. That's pattern recognition making a future case. The terrain describes Zion exactly. So also I was pulled to the name Zion. I got Zion years ago, but I was also looking at a new case for Ash Degree, which I will have out soon, and Zion was there, and I was pulled to that name. So I find it interesting that it's possible that that this is a possible location for her. And I was pulled to that like literally a couple days ago. That's just how pattern recognition works. But Zion is high in the mountains. Zion, Bryce, high elevations, mesas and pine forests, lots of trees, windy road was what I said in the auto write. That is here. The Zion Duck Creek Mount Carmel corridor is all switchbacks, steep climbs, and forests. There's stars everywhere. She loves stars. This was being said in the auto-write. And Zion has the clearest sky in preserves in the U.S. Chile was what I said in the auto-write. It's 9,000 feet elevation around Duck Creek, cold even in early October. I also said that there in the auto-write that there was a cabin smoke from chimney, dark brown log cabin. Duck Creek Village, hundreds of dark log cabins. I heard running water. So East Zion actually has creeks everywhere. Duck Creek literally named after a creek, obviously. Men arguing, what are we supposed to do? Exactly fits the scenario. Mom dumps a child to backwoods isolationist, survivalist men. One wants to call the police. One says, no, don't trust them. Mom planted fear. So that came in the earlier auto writes. The Jeep SUV was in the auto write. I had wrote Jeep SUV type in the driveway. Zion area, overwhelmingly trucks, Jeeps, lifted SUVs. I picked that up years ago. I also got an older woman prescription meds. It fits Ashley's mother or older woman involved indirectly or the cabin owner's family. It could be symbolic of the mother's instability, but that's part of the pattern. A hawk circling Zion is full of hawks, raptors, and literal cliff updrafts. Symbolically, it can be protection, watchfulness, or survival. It could fit Melodee's energy exactly. And then I also got the numbers in that auto write 10, 15, 33, and 30th. She went missing around 9th, 10th. The report was filed the 14th. The case goes public the 15th. Repeatedly, I got 30th. That could have something to do with this month, like maybe she's found by the 30th of this month, or it could be in survival art cases, 30 days critical window. The numbers align with the timeline in a way that I couldn't have known years ago. So this cabin looks a bit bigger, super mountainous, wood interior, dark brown is what I said. There's pictures of Duck Creek Village cabins that match. I heard sticks and pine needles under trees. Duck Creek Zion area has pine forest floor, not desert Utah. This is a forest. So I heard in that auto write water, trees, tree branches cracking. East Zion, yes. Duck Creek, yes. And Bryce, yes. Has all that. So men are kind of mountain people, tribe, reservation energy, which was something that I got back then. So in southern Utah has off-grid men, fundamentalist enclaves, sovereign citizen types, mountain hermits. Native reservations are nearby. There's a Navajo Nation not far from them where the mom traveled. They don't trust the police, and there's culture in pockets. This matches the energetic profile. The biggest thing in my notes was she's alive, but the girls are laughing about it and urgent. She's being held somewhere at this time. The same feeling I have now with Melodee. Alive but hidden, isolated, protected by the wrong people, not abused but concealed. Same psychic pattern. So this wasn't a random case echo. This auto write was in 2018, was a prophetic blueprint in Melodee's case. The mountains, the cabin, the dark woods, the men, the white SUV or Jeep, I don't remember exactly what it got, the date, creek, the fear, the isolation, the high altitude stars, the numbers, the pain in my right side. That could be from anything she's feeling now. The woman who holds power, the mother, the older woman, it could be a possible accomplice or somebody that's involved. It's all of the same structure. This is how prophetic sequencing works. So there's astrology confirmation about the Zion Bryce region. It's the highest match zone with the directional axis. So the disappearance chart pulls west-southwest bearing from the last confirmed Maryland location. If you project that bearing across the country, it falls exactly into Zion Bryce Dixie National Forest corridor, not into the Northern Rockies or the Pacific Northwest or the desert flats of Nevada. The zone is the only one that satisfies the distance and bearing. So Saturn in Pisces is hiding in remote terrain near water/canyons. Saturn in Pisces in missing persons often shows as secluded cabins, mountain shelters, seasonal campgrounds, water-carved canyons, national parks, hiding in the cracks of the world. Zion Bryce is exactly that. So no other region in the U.S. carries the symbolism so cleanly. So Moon, Neptune equals disguise, wigs, identity, shift, and fear. This is literally the wigs crossing state lines, hiding child signature. The chart aligns perfectly with a panicked mother, disguises, traveling far, avoiding law enforcement, hiding in remote sheltered setting, which again matches the Bryce line corridor energy more than any place else. We have the Venus plus North Node in fire signs, southwest mountain region. Fire signs, sun-carved terrain, red rock, open sky, cliffs and canyons. Zion, Bryce, Dixie National Forest. Not Midwest, not Appalachia. This narrows it further. Uranus in Taurus, she thinks someone's after her. This is a signature of paranoia, fleeing, survivalist thinking. Isolation. I can't trust the police. I must hide her or protect her. That matches my psychic hit. And it matches the geography. Remote western land cabins, trailers, hunting camps, seasonal ranger houses, dispersed camping. The final astrology match, most likely Zion, Bryce, Dixie National Forest corridor, is specifically dispersed campgrounds, seasonal cabins, private cabins near the park border, Airbnbs, cabins rented under someone else's name, rustic mountain cabins, areas with pine and ponderosa forest. They match the tall trees. This is exactly the I feel wooded, tall trees, cabin energy I described. Zion and Bryce do have high elevation pines, and people seem to forget that. Orderville, East Zion, Zion Mountain Ranch, Ponderosa, Duck Creek. It's a strip, not a dot. This corridor matches everything. West-northwest bearing from Beaver. The corridor sits exactly in the 282-degree 305 window. The distance is 48 to 72 miles. It lands right on the strip. The terrain is the forest, tall pines, canyon edges, scattered private cabins, seasonal dwellings, short-term rentals, tucked away properties. The human profile is someone who is off-gridish, distrustful of the government, living quietly, capable of hiding a child, influenced by someone's delusion. Melodee's mom. Let's get the name Steve keeps coming up, but I don't know why. Mobility without exposure. So in a corridor like this, you can move from cabin, trailer, friend's cabin without ever hitting a major town, without appearing on camera, without raising suspicion. It's perfect for someone trying to keep a low profile with a child that they believe they're protecting. So again, East Zion, Zion Mountain Range, Orderville Canyon. That's the heart of the corridor. The cabin echo I keep getting, that's exactly what the area looks like. Single cabins, small clusters, off-grid pockets. Places people could hide without even anyone questioning it. So Melodee's chart doesn't give one exact cabin, it gives a corridor. A west-northwest band of terrain running from Orderville through East Zion and upward towards the Zion Mountain Ranch / Ponderosa corridor. The distance, elevation, and bearing all match the crime chart window and my visions. So this area is full of single cabins, off-grid pockets, seasonal rentals, and places someone could hide a child without raising suspicion. It's a fluid zone, not a graveside point, which is exactly what we see with someone still alive and keep being hidden. There's actually also no death indicators in the chart that we pulled, which was the last time that she was seen, and I'm not feeling that as well. That's why I'm not getting a whole lot of information on it, because it's harder to track somebody when they're alive and harder to get information unless you're like in a full remote viewing session. So again, that's what I feel about Melodee Buzzard's case. I actually feel like she's okay at this point, and the mom again was involved with some sort of belief system group, whatever, that made her feel a certain way, and either panic or become paranoid. And these people might belong to that group, and that's why she trusts them with Melodee. So I hope this is helpful. I may pull cards to validate, but it may just validate everything I've gotten anyways. So anyways, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.
In the shadows where the silence speaks, I walk the line where the lost souls seek. With whispers of hope and a guiding light, I'll search the dark, bring the truth to light. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. Hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the light. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find a way, I'll draw you near. I'm a seeker of the unseen, I'm bridging worlds where the heart has been, where the heart. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find a way, I'll draw you near. Draw you near. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. When hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the love. When hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the light.